you can do all the other things right. But if your health is not right, someone said that when this animal that we call our body is abandoning you, no matter how good you are in business, but how good you are in your profession, you will not succeed. So today we'll share briefly, I was given about 10 minutes on lifestyle diseases, because that's what affects most of us. And before I do that, there's a book I read called How to Live a Good Life by a guy called Jonathan Fields. And he says that we should visualize our lives like 3 buckets. There's the vitality bucket, the connection bucket, and the contribution bucket. The vitality bucket focuses on your body and your mind. That's vitality. And he says we need to aspire to be in a level where our body and our mind are functioning at the best possible level. Then connection bucket refers to relationships, or basically what we call networks. Because nobody succeeds alone. Nobody. You need a network, like why we are here, I believe. It's to learn from our peers, from different players in different industries, and network. Because we are looking for leads for business, and basically to create that relationship. Because nobody succeeds alone. And if you decide to go, you usually say that there's an African proverb which says that if you want to go fast, you walk alone. But if you want to go far, you must walk with others. So that's where connection bucket comes in. The other one is contribution bucket. Each of us needs to feel that you are making a contribution or your life matters. Either at your family level, at your place of work, or at wherever, in church or community, you need to feel you are making a positive contribution. And I can say here, this month is, I think it's Mental Health Month for men. Most men who are struggling with depression, you'll find someone who's working, they lost their job, so now they cannot provide. And that eats them up because they feel, I'm not making the contribution I used to make when I was working. So you need to be in a level where you are making a contribution, where you feel my life matters, that if I'm not here, this company will not be making the kind of profits that they are making. And it's not just about your business. Even at home, you need to feel you're making a good and positive contribution. There are 3 roles of the buckets which I'll look at. One is the buckets leak. If you don't invest in your body or in your mind, that bucket starts leaking. It will leak. And if it's halfway or it's running on empty, your life will suffer. So you need to keep topping up. Every day you are topping up on that bucket. Like we are going to see, part of living, part of lifestyle diseases that we struggle with is because of poor eating habits. You are coming to that. So you need to make a decision that every day you are eating healthy. So the buckets leak. If you don't top up your connection bucket, we have friends, family, if you don't call them, nasema hata wanipigiagi. You know, kidogo kidogo utajipata uko peke yanko. And stories are told. You know, when, sorry to say, sometimes you lose a loved one, you form WhatsApp groups, you know, kuchangisha pesa, because probably the hospital bill was very high. But you can tell, mtu wa watu na mtu si wa watu. By the way, the contributions are coming in, because people are not foolish. You know, people are not idiots. If you don't come through for them, don't call them when you need them. Watakwambia jipange, kitakuramba vibaya sana. So connection bucket, top it up every day. The same with contribution bucket. The second law of the bucket is that the emptiest bucket will drag down the other 2 buckets. So you can't say I'm doing very well in terms of vitality, but I've neglected contribution bucket, I've neglected connection bucket, your life will not be the same. And lastly, the buckets do not lie. Unaweza jichocha, but if your health is not okay, you'll be admitted about span, you'll come to see you. You cannot, the buckets do not lie. They usually say that when the tide imeenda, it's when you realize who's been swimming naked. You cannot hide. So you need to make sure that you are doing well. Utajichocha, steam, utasema steam panda, haita panda. They usually say, there's a saying in by sinners among under pressure, you don't rise to the occasion. You sink to the level of your training. So if you're not trained, under pressure you crumble. Mtajipanga na huyu jamaa tuende tupate Mount Kenya. Mimi niko sawa, hata utafika. Utalemewa na utabebo. I have a friend who went for Lewa marathon. Jamaa ilibidi amekujiwa na ambulance because they go you huwezi jichocha. The buckets do not lie. If you are depressed, utasema I'm fine, but itafika point where now your life just becomes a total mess. So take care of your 3 buckets. So very fast we move to lifestyle diseases. And why they are called lifestyle or the so-called non-communicable diseases is because they come in due to our unhealthy eating habits. And very fast we look at 4 unhealthy living habits. 1 is poor eating habits. 2, physical inactivity. 3, smoking. And 4, alcohol use. These are things you can modify. Of course, there are those factors you cannot modify, like if you are born male or female. Yeah, others are genes. You know, although some people say, in my family, diabetes runs in our family. No, it does not run in your family. The genes may be predisposing you to diabetes or hypertension, but that just loads the gun. What pulls the trigger is this unhealthy living habits, which we need to address very fast. So 1 is nutrition. What is a good diet? I'm sure mmetembea pale kwa breakfast, mmeandaliwa vizuri sana. What have you picked? Because nutrition is very important. And I'll not lie to you. And I'm not attacking watu wa ngano, unga ya ngano, but wheat is one of the major causes of the diseases we are dealing with today. And if you look at the burden, especially in Kenya, non-communicable diseases account for 52% of all the disease burden. 52. Things that we can modify. So when it comes to healthy diet, you must decide on a personal level that there are things you will not take or things you reduce. 1 is sugar. Cut on sugar. If you can go without sugar, the better. Cut on wheat. Actually, let me now shock you. Wheat is worse than refined sugar. And I'll even take it further. Whole wheat. You know, some people think brown bread, brown rice is healthy. It is not. It's actually worse than sugar. Yes. Because the starch we find in whole wheat is called amylopectin. It raises the sugar levels faster than taking sugar. You find some kwambia mimi nakunywanga dufia lakini nakula rice 3 za mkate ya brown na nafikiria yako sawa. You'd rather you even take sugar and don't take that brown bread. True. Yes. So if for carbohydrates, go for complex carbs. Kula doma pale, kula gouache. You want something that is more filling, which will not be digested faster. Another myth people have is fruits are very healthy. They are not. You need to eat fruits in moderation. Because even fruits, some have got very high sugar. Pineapple, for instance, watermelon, banana, for instance, oranges. They've got very high sugars. And beyond that, some people prefer to take their fruits in juices. Unanua pineapple mzima, you chop it kwa blender, unakunywa glass 2. It's very easy for you to consume hata ukule pineapple 2 in a day because umezi juice and thrown away the pulp. But ukipewa pineapple 2 ukatiwe hapa pieces, huwezi maliza. So for fruits, take them in pieces, not in juices. Then go for low glycemic, those fruits which have low sugar. Apple, avocado, guava, mixed berries. Those ones have got low sugar. So work on that. The other one is wheat, sugar. Some people also advise you can also avoid dairy if you can, but that is not a must. But sugar and wheat, that one you can avoid. The other one is taking enough water. Ladies usually have an easy time. You know, it's easy for them to carry water bottles to the office. But mwanaume kubeba chupa hawezi. But I find, hey, I would rather die. So let's encourage consumption of water, at least 2 liters of water per day. Minimum. 2. Yes, those are about 8 glasses. Because water helps in your digestion, even in terms of your skin. Some people, you fight them, I'm not saying I'm the SI unit. Some people are glowing because they consume enough water. Others, because they are dehydrated, their skin, you can tell this person does not take enough water. So take sufficient water. There's someone who was asking, for breakfast, you're telling me I don't take wheat. What are the options? Options are there. You can, let me give an example. I like giving, I'm a walking specimen, so I like giving my own example. Me, my typical breakfast, I can take an omelette. You take 2 eggs, unakoroga vizuri na onion, capsicum, maybe naweza weka nyanya. Then I take bone, me I don't take dairy, so I prepare some nice bone broth. They're slow cooked for about 24 hours. Then you can have some nuts. That breakfast is very filling. Data by saa 5 hautakuwa na njaa. But someone amekula again breast rice 5. na chai mgabo mzima by saa 4 anasema hapana, I need to do some top up. So those are things you can take. Then avoid having bigger meals in the evening. Because Kenyans, although Nyeri you don't have a problem, you find Nairobi because food is expensive. Mtu hata kule kapuding saa 7, jioni anaenda anatadika ugali mlima na nyama na sukuma na anaenda kulala. So have your larger meals during the day. Jioni let the meal be light. So that is on diet. The other one is obesity or being overweight. And how we know whether you're overweight or not, we usually do what we call BMI, body mass index. A Topview, as in our study, will help you do that. We are doing your blood sugar, your BPs, and we also do your BMI. So that am I standard, am I underweight, overweight? Because if you're overweight, you need to bring down your weight. We have what we call the normal range for each of us. Because being overweight predisposes you to a lot of issues, including arthritis. Now these weight-bearing joints, the heavier you are, unajua kuna watu ni wazito ya ukweli. Azini mtu ni mzito. The heavier you are, the more strain you are applying, or the more pressure you are putting on your knees. Arthritis comes quickly. Other cardiovascular diseases like hypertension, even diabetes. When you are overweight, it also predisposes you to all those things. So manage your weight. That will be very, very important. And one way of managing your weight is, physical activity. I don't need you to go to the gym. My schedule cannot allow me to go to the gym, which is true. But you can walk. Maybe from here, if umetumiwa parcel ya 2NK, usitume boda, jipeleke. That walking, those steps will help you. If you are going to an office which is in 4th floor, ustumie a lift, use the stairs. Introduce activities, small activities. I usually say we just need 30 minutes of activity per day. That is sufficient. 150 minutes per week. So that is 30 minutes per day for 5 days. You'll be good. Because physical inactivity predisposes you to this lifestyle diseases like hypertension, diabetes, all those things. So once you introduce activity, it's very important. It also helps in weight loss. Me, my target is at least I do 6,000 steps per day. Yes. Where you are able to count with your phone or with your smartwatch. 6,000 about, give or take, about 3.5 kilometers, which is okay for you. So introduce physical activity. The other one is tobacco use. For tobacco, we say avoid smoking. Abisa? If you are coming to alcohol, we say drink in moderation. But for tobacco, we say avoid smoking. Because smoking will predispose you to cancers of the mouth, cancers of the throat, of the lungs, other diseases like COPD, asthma. That smoke is very dangerous. And that also applies to shisha. Because there's a place I went, I thought shisha was banned. I am fighting a lady and anatoa moshi kama gari ya moshi, literally. That is very, very dangerous. And also for men, nicotine ama smoking also reduces your libido or causes impotence. Of course, you may say my grandfather was used to smoke. Na kuna watoto the manini kama akukudeja, my friend. Do not extrapolate. That is an outlier. you know, people have a way of choosing. That's an outlier. Chronic smoking for men to reduce your sperm count and also the quality of your sperms, and also reduce your libido. So avoid smoking at all, both active and passive. Don't stay next to someone who smokes, because also that passive smoke also affects you. For ladies, smoking will affect, if you are expectant, your born child. We have Dr. Kagema here, mkimpata pale kwa tent, he will tell you. Stillbirths, low birth weight, all those are effects of smoking. So stop it. The other one is, of course, alcohol use. Alcohol is say if you can avoid, avoid. But if you can't, reduce the level of alcohol. Wanasemanga per day, for men, maximum you should do in terms of bottles is 2. Nani taska. Rajua kuna mtu atashika ona. Uso unaweza kunywa chrome chupa mbili ya bana. It is taska. 4% volume by volume. Per day. For ladies, maximum of 1. And then, do not say, because I didn't drink on Monday, Tuesday, so I'll consume all of them on Saturday. No! Even on Saturday, take 2. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But taking 7 apples on Saturday night will not help. It has to be 1 apple every day. So alcohol, reduce. Because it also predisposes it to all these other things. The other one, I'll talk about is sleep. Since corporate people, we wear a lack of sleep like a badge of honor. Me on the sleep for 3 hours. By 4 a.m. I am up. Let me tell you. Sleep is very important. And scientifically, it has been proven you should sleep for between 6 and 8 hours. Of course, some people do 10, but you see, you can't be competing with the dead and expect to make it. In the life of the living, no, you do a maximum of 8. 8 hours is sufficient. It has been proven once you are well rested, umelala vizuri, your activity, your creativity, your decision making is better. You can tell a boss who's sleep deprived. They become very irritated. They snap easily. Wanazushia stuff because hawajalala vizuri. But you've been, it's like fashionable. Sleep is for the weak. No, sleep is for the strong. For better success, sleep more. Of course, don't overdo it. You said 6 to 8 hours. And also the quality of sleep matters. You need to create a heaven for your bedroom. It needs to be dark. As dark as possible. You won't your bedroom needs to be very dark. Then you avoid you avoid caffeine 2 hours before bedtime. Food you finish 2 hours before you go to sleep. And also screen. Unajua kuna watu wakiingia kwa kitanda bado wako TikTok. Anacheka tu uko ndani ya blanketi. By the time you're getting to your bed, your phone should be you are done with your phone. And also ikifika from around 7 p.m. there's a way we filter the blue light so that it does not irritate your eyes. Because that blue light, it irritates your eyes, so that when you go to sleep, you take longer to sleep. Yes, so sleep is very important. The other one is, of course, it's related to sleep, is rest. We say that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So you need to create time. Just kupiga tu sherehe. Sherehe polite. I'm not saying that ni lazima ikue. Najua sherehe unaweza piga na supu ama chai. Si lazima sherehe ipigwe na mzinga. But just create time away from your place of work. Have that group of friends. You can go on a Saturday, mcheze ball, ama meta ku hike nini. As in, you need to be in a place where we made a holiday. Unasema now, once a year, I must take my family. Monda tu diani, kuchill. Hiyo sana nasema mimi msinipigia simu unless the business is burning. Wako wapi watu wa KRI? Ama KRI wamenivamia, do not call me. Mimi nimeenda kujibamba because it rest, because hata ukisoma kwa Bible inasema there are 7 days of creation, but God created the world in 6 days.